For years, we have been chasing that specific magic from classic action RPGs. You know the feeling, stepping into a vibrant handcrafted world. And Vahrin's Call is trying to capture that exact lightning in a bottle. Developed by a small, passionate team of just 7 people, it promises a completely classless combat system, a dense, war-torn city to explore, and fully voice-acted characters to interact with. But does this ambitious indie project actually deliver on that heavy nostalgia, or does it buckle under its own weight? I've spent my time exploring the Vale, and today we're breaking down everything you need to know before you buy. This is Forsaken Realm, Vahrin's Call. Your journey in Vahrin's Call starts the way all the best classic RPGs do, as an absolute nobody. You're just a travelling mercenary looking for work, tattered gear and a broken shield. You look like a real hero. After a long journey, you take the reins in Barathrum Forest, pushing through the brush in search of any sign of civilization, and it doesn't take long before you find it, and get thrown straight into the action. Right out of the gate, the combat really does stand out. If I had to compare the actual feel of the swinging and blocking, it sits in between the charm of the original Fable game and the wait and survival tactical feel of Outward. The combat does feel very engaging, and mostly because the game completely ditches the rigid class restrictions. Instead of locking yourself into being a pure warrior or mage, you can combine melee, range and magic to build the exact hero you want. If you want to be fast and elusive, you can run with dual blades. If you want to just smash through guards, you can opt in for a heavy greatsword or axes. For my first playthrough, I went for a classic balanced sword and shield build, which feels incredibly satisfying, but melee is only half the fun. The magic system allows you to enhance your build by casting spells. You can coat your steel in some flames, summon giant icicles, or even rip the rocks out of the earth and hurl them at your enemies. And then there's the bow. It took me far too long to actually realise I needed to weave the bow into my active combat loot, but once I did, everything clicked. Enemies in Vahrin's Call love to gang up on you, and if you just rush in swinging, you will get overwhelmed. The real magic of the combat system is finding your own rhythm. My go-to strategy became thinning out the crowd from a distance with a bow, locking things down up and close with my sword and shield, and then blasting them away with a burst of magic the second an opening appeared. It makes every encounter feel like a puzzle that you have to solve on the fly. You can feel the inspiration the developers got from other games, just by playing the game itself. One thing this game does that I absolutely love in role-playing games is how your skills actually progress. It uses a classic learn-by-doing system. Basically, whatever combat style you use is exactly what you get stronger at. You can hurl fireballs and summon flames around your weapon, and then you start to unlock skill levels for the fire magic. And once you start to allocate those skill points into the fire magic, everything just grows. You don't have to worry about dumping points into random stat screens. You can just get better at what you actually enjoy doing. When it comes to the world itself, I easily got sidetracked straight away with some of the side missions. The world just naturally pulls you off the main path. While exploring the woods, I stumbled across a random hut completely surrounded by traps. Turns out an old hunter lives inside, and he gives you a contract to travel the land and hunt down giant monsters. My favourite moment so far was coming across someone trapped inside an outdoor toilet, because they were surrounded by and being attacked by gnomes. I mean, just look at the aftermath here. These little guys are actually dangerous. I'm definitely making sure I keep an eye out for them for the rest of my playthrough. But it's not all weird gnome encounters. A lot of it is just helping out the local townsfolk with their everyday problems, which makes the world feel more alive. If you're the type of player who loves to just wander off, explore every corner, and see what the map throws at you, you're going to have a blast with this. And that brings me to my next point. Vahrin's Call is one of those games that rewards you for exploring. Everywhere I went, I was stumbling across either weapons, skill books, or even spells. The world itself is beautifully crafted, and honestly, every single time you wander off the beaten path, the game usually rewards you with something useful. The world invites you to explore it, and to be honest, on my first playthrough, I didn't even manage to try half of the things I wanted to. There is much packed in here that I'm already planning a second playthrough to completely mix everything up again. I haven't even gone into the trap making system yet, or even touched creating your own unique potions. There's just a ton of depth here that I can't wait to go back and dive into. As you're wandering around and meeting people, you'll notice that the character models are definitely lacking a bit of polish, but the world itself, it is beautifully crafted. It perfectly captures those old school RPG vibes, and if I'm being honest, stepping away from the hyper realistic graphics we see everywhere today is actually a really welcome sight. The world just feels completely mystical and mysterious, and I love it. One minute you're running through the woods, the next you're deep inside a lava-filled cave, and then you're just standing on a cliffside watching the sunset. And that exact feeling is why I really love Vahrin's Call. It isn't a massive AAA studio game, and I'm honestly glad it isn't. Over the last few years, I've found myself enjoying indie projects and older games way more than all the new mainstream stuff that's coming out. It's games exactly like this that actually make me excited to sit down and play. If you feel the same way, then I urge you to keep an eye out on this game and on Titan Roc Studio, because I know I'm excited to see exactly where this story goes. For all things RPG, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next chapter.